You ever feel that you're leaving money on the table when you're negotiating your real estate deals? You probably are. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you why that is so and help you. You see, negotiations is where a good investor can become great because most beginning investors don't realize that you don't have to be a smooth talker or have years of experience to negotiate like a pro. You just need a few key secrets. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the 3 negotiating secrets every real estate investor needs to know. And in that video, I'm going to share with you the importance of seller motivations, what they are, how to get them, and how they can turn a so-so deal into a super duper one. Next, I'll go over with you the power of silence. You see, when you are strategically silent with the seller, they get very uncomfortable and they start conceding to you. I'll share with you how that could work. And lastly, I'm going to share with you when you're negotiating with the seller, how to play chess, not checkers. Let's get started. At any point, if you want to send a text directly to me, feel free to do that. Text me directly to 833-942-4516 and I'll get back right at you. Here we are with secret number 1, and that is know the seller motivation before talking price. You see, when you get involved with the deal, when you're just starting out negotiating it, you don't want to talk price first. You don't want to do that. You want to get to know the seller a little beforehand. Okay, build a relationship with them so they start revealing things to you, such as their motivation, so that you can structure their motivation around the deal. Okay, we've done the most fabulous seller financing deals, the most incredible creative financing deals because we understood the seller motivation. Okay, and I'm talking about going direct to the owner. This is much more difficult when you're dealing with there's a broker in the middle, but when you're direct with the seller, this is entirely possible. Now, when you have a motivated seller and a motivated buyer, that's you, beautiful things can happen. Okay, now let me share with you what the most common seller motivations are. These are the most common, okay? Pay attention, because when you're talking with the seller and you're creating that relationship, be a good listener and listen to see if they are a burnt out owner, okay? If they're retiring, if they're exiting from the business, or they may be an absentee owner, meaning that they're an out-of-state owner, okay? They live in California, but their property's in Texas, okay? Those sellers are motivated because they're getting crushed by their property managers, okay? And if a seller has multiple properties, most likely there's one they want to sell, okay? Most likely there's one they had a long time and they don't want anymore, okay? So when they mention they're a multiple property owner, this is a good sign that you have a motivated seller. Okay, next is very important. This seller's bank loan is maturing. You see, in commercial real estate, loans expire in about between 5, 7, and 10 years. They don't go for 30 years like single-family homes. So when a seller has a bank loan maturing, he may not want to refinance and get a whole brand new loan. He may not be able to do that himself because maybe his NOI doesn't support getting a new loan at today's interest rates, right? If he got his mortgage 7 years ago, it was probably 3.5%, and now it's 7%. Can the deal afford that new mortgage? Probably can't. So this person is very, very motivated. And lastly, if they're in a partnership and the partnership is dissolving, okay, that's great motivation. Okay, so listen for these motivations. They're very common. And when you hear that, we know that we have to structure the deal around the motivation. Got questions? Simply text the word Peter to 833-942-4516 and we'll help you. Next is how to get the seller motivation. It's easier than you think, okay? I just want you to be you, okay? As my coach says, you do you, okay? So be yourself, all right? So here's how to get it. First of all, be credible. Okay, with them, talk the language. How do you talk their language? Well, this is a new game for you, and you have to learn how to speak. If you're doing a multifamily deal, how to speak multifamily ease. Okay, basically, talk cash flow, talk cash and cash return, talk cap rate, talk what the properties in the area sell for. Give them some sense that you have done your homework. Okay, it's not rocket science. If you want to know how to do that, read our book. The link will appear on the screen. Download our book, start studying it, and talk the language. You'll be really surprised how much they talk to you once they realize that you're not a newbie and knowing nothing. Okay. Next is to be a good listener. Build rapport. Okay. Sellers are human beings. Human beings. We quench for relationships and get to know people, and they're no different than you and I. Okay. So when you take your time and you're a good listener, you affirm them, and you start building rapport, they will let down their guards and start revealing some of this to you. Okay? And then next, if you can meet them in person, that will do wonders for getting seller motivation. Wonders. Okay? If you need to do creative financing or seller financing and you can meet them in person, you just increase your chances by 10 times. Okay? By meeting in person. So if this is possible, you should do it. Lastly, I want you to forward a relationship, okay? So forward is an acronym. F is for family. Ask them about their family, okay? How many kids do you have? Are you married, okay? O stands for occupation, right? Mr. Seller, what do you do for a living? Okay, how long have you been doing that for? Do you see how now you're starting to cultivate the relationship? Okay, R stands for recreation, right? Mr. Seller, when you're not managing this property, what do you do for fun? What do you guys like to do? Okay. And D stands for dreams. Okay. D is, Mr. Seller, if you were to happen to sell the property to anybody, right? What would you do afterwards? Are you going to retire to Tahiti, or what do you plan on doing? All right. So when you forward a relationship, if you can think of FORD, you are naturally building and nurturing a relationship with the seller, because this business, real estate, is a relationship-based business. Always is and always will be. Don't forget that. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It's your skill level and your desire to be genuine and build relationships with these sellers. Okay, so getting the seller motivation is the utmost importance. All right, let's go to secret number 2. The best time to invest in real estate is always 5 years ago. The next best time is today. Let us mentor you so you can get started investing right now. Click the top corner. All right, here we are with secret number 2. And secret number 2 is the power of silence. Okay, let me set this up for you. Many sellers today want a price this high, but their property is only worth this much. Okay, let me share this with you. Let's say a seller wanted $1 million for his property, but you've done your research, okay, and it's only worth $750. In fact, you can prove it's only worth $750. What do you do from here? Okay, here's your goal. Your goal is to infuse reality to the seller, bring him back down to earth that his property is not worth $750 with supporting data. Okay, so basically you're calling him out on this. Okay, it's not worth $1 million, but you're going to provide him a soft landing spot. Okay, so here's where you begin. I want you to gather supporting data that the property is only worth $750. Okay, this can be sales comparables or market cap rate data. So have your data ready to go. Okay, and then you're going to go back to the seller and you're going to say this: Mr. Seller, I understand you want $1 million, but your property is only worth $750, and there are 2 properties, right down the street from yours, identical properties that sold for $750. So your property is only worth $750, right? And then you say this. Then you be quiet. You say this: Am I missing something? And then be quiet. Let the seller reflect and think about that. Don't say a word. Okay, whoever talks first loses. Okay, so when there's silence like that, okay, sellers get very uncomfortable with silence and often talk themselves into conceding, okay, into negotiating with you again. Okay, so let him say his piece, and then after he says his piece, I want you to say this: Mr. Seller, now that I have this data to you, could you please give me your best price, your lowest price, and I'll pay all of your closing costs. Okay, you just gave them a soft landing spot after you called them out. Okay, quick sidebar. You may be thinking, Peter, I don't want to pay all his closing costs. You do. If it's a good deal, it's no problem because you're going direct to the seller. There's no commission to be paid. That commission is when the closing costs are high. If you're going direct to the seller, closing costs are minimal. Okay, they think it's high. It's not. Okay, it's not high as a seller. When you buy their property, closing costs can be high, but as a seller, is very low. It's minimal. Okay, so you just gave them a soft landing spot. We do this all the time with our students, and it works extremely well. Now you can do it. So if you have to rewind this part here and re-listen, you should, because it works phenomenally well. Got it? Okay. Let's go to secret number 3. Every successful commercial real estate investor has a mentor. Get mentored by me and my team by applying to be our next protege. Click the top corner. All right, last but not least, here is secret number 3. Secret number 3 is know when to walk away. Okay, quick story. A student of mine had a 9-unit property under contract, and the seller would not budge on fixing anything, giving any credits, or on pricing. Would not budge. And the student was so emotionally attached to his property, he still wanted to buy it. I told him it's not a good idea. Not a good idea. So what our student did was walk away. Okay? I told the student that you make money on the buy, not when you hope. Got it? Okay? He was hoping that he could make a good deal and correct all the flaws in the property, but he couldn't. So he eventually walked away. Make a long story short, 3 months later, yes, 3 months later, the seller comes back and wants to negotiate again with our student. Gave him his terms, but even better, he got even a better deal, okay? By walking away from a deal that he was emotionally attached to. That's not easy, okay? When you do your first deal and you've been at it for so long, that is not easy, but he did, and that was the fruit of walking away. So here are 3 lessons for you when you walk away. Number 1 is never negotiate from desperation because you're going to lose. The seller can see and feel the desperation in your spirit, in your words, in your eyes. Not good, okay? Number 2, your power comes from your ability to walk away. You ever buy a new or used car at a dealership and you walk away and then they automatically give you a better deal? Same thing here, okay? And lastly, you've heard me say this before, when your emotions go up, okay, when you're emotionally attached to the deal, when your emotions go up, guess what goes down? Your intelligence, okay, because you're a human being, that's why. All right, so our job as coaches here is to make sure our students don't get emotionally trapped into the deal. We have to buy strictly on the numbers, on the exit strategy, and on the overall plan. Okay, not on emotions. Got it? Okay, so know when to walk away is a powerful negotiating tactic that will eventually get you a better deal. Got it? All right. Thanks, everyone. If you hung out with me this long, you are absolutely my favorite, so I thank you so much. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and do me a favor, go ahead and like the video. That will encourage us to put more out there. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you at the next video.
What I love the most about working with you is the one-on-one time that we were able to spend with you. You've really proved to be more than a mentor. You act as a partner with us. There's are multiple weekly calls that we have access to with you, the one-on-one calls where we get to have you auto ourselves, and the patience that you have in responding to every single question, every email that we send you. And we have access to you literally within just a few minutes. We can get a response. So all of that has just been a 5-star experience, really.